Hello, hello. Hello. I think we did that last week, didn't we? I don't know.
I don't know.
Welcome to BNWYDSE. I'm Tim. This is Troy.
Yeah.
This is Joseph.
Hey.
Yeah.
We've had a long day. We've had a long weekend. Had a long couple of weeks.
We're pretty tired.
Yeah. Joseph and I have been moving to separate new apartments today.
Yeah, we had a fight.
Yeah. It was pretty bitter.
Yeah.
I'm having to be their what's the word, mediator to split up their dogs, basically.
Yeah. Luckily, it came out to where I got
Luckily, we
Rocket.
each get half of each dog, so it all worked out in the end.
Put them together.
We each get one front half and one back half, so it kind of we can make one super dog out of each.
Trudy's half, front half on Rocket's back half, and all that. It's super dog.
Trudy's got a fluffy butt now.
So it's like wait, what? Why does Trudy have a fluffy butt? Oh,
she's got Rocket's butt. Yeah.
But it's like Rocket stands a lot higher than Trudy, so it'll just kind of be like Trudy's constantly playing a game of wheelbarrow.
Slanted dogs, just sort of like they're both, different sort of inclined planes.
Oh man, mine's gonna be badass. It's gonna be like a little hot rod dropped in the back,
jacked up in the front. Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Your suspension has been dropped down way low.
Or Trudy in the front and Rocket in the back, so like it slowly just sort of slants upward and then just sort of fans out.
Yeah,
with all that extra fur and everything.
You'll have a real performance dog at the drag races.
It's a muscle dog.
Dog drag races.
Whereas I just get the worst halves of both.
Are you saying the tail of Rocket's not the best part?
Wait. Yes. Well,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever.
I was thinking about it, and I moved down to Tuscaloosa 5 years ago?
Oh, I guess so.
That means this is actually the first time in 5 years that at least two of us have not been living in the same place.
Got tears in my eyes.
Right. But we still live in the same apartment complex.
Yeah, we're all in the same complex, so if anything, it's still
I've been living away from Joseph for 2 years, so it doesn't really affect me that much.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. We did a video about that.
Yeah.
If you'd like to watch it, you can go to youtube.com/Troy as a camera.
I almost said youtube.com/Marble Hornets, but that is not where it is.
No,
it's not.
I mean, you could put it there, but
that's where the extra normal videos go.
I wonder if extra normal is still around.
I don't know. I think it is. I think they updated their graphics, which kind of ruins half the joke.
I'm gonna check. Hold on. Keep talking.
So that was the. What exactly is extra normal again?
It was make your own video kind of thing with weird animation and stuff. It wasn't very good.
Wasn't it sort of like the...
it got big enough to where they started using it in actual commercials.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't it kind of like
I think there was a Geico commercial with it.
An extended version of that thing that was the app that's just a little cartoon whatever that you talk into and it talks back at you, and is it just like a much bigger version of that
it's more like putting
you can put your own words into it.
Yeah, putting animation to Microsoft Sam.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what was yours about again, Troy, that you accidentally posted on the Marble Hornets channel for 5 minutes?
It looks like it's not on, but they're working on getting it back.
Oh.
It says it was acquired by another company or something.
Huh.
It was Yahoo. Yahoo acquired it.
Whoa, that is some animation they're doing there.
Recently acquired by Narwhal. Nawmal? Nawmal.
Nawmal.
That's not an easy word to say in English.
It is if you're from the South. Normal. That's just a normal website right there, man.
I wonder how long it's looked like that, but yeah, it looks
you have to have the kind of foghorn leghorn kind of southern accent to be able to say that. Now, boy, that's just a normal website right there, boy.
Yeah. Well, now that has been your extra normal update for the week.
Yeah, for all of you who are wondering about that thing that I've never heard of.
I actually don't remember what mine was about now that you mention it.
Wasn't it all in German or something?
Yes, because I remember it was really annoying to make because I had to translate it all into German.
Not translate as in put it into Google Translate?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Not that I know how to speak German. I had to take the time to copy and paste the words in there.
Oh, man. That's terrible.
Can you hand me a drink?
I sure can, buddy.
Thanks.
Oh, that's so nice.
People getting a look into our everyday lives of me saying, "Hey, Joseph, hand me one of my green teas."
It's like real life.
Do you know that green tea is caffeinated? Like that green tea is caffeinated?
Tea's naturally caffeinated.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like coffee, yeah. It's just part of the thing.
Coffee's naturally caffeinated too?
Yeah.
I knew it was caffeinated. I didn't know it was naturally caffeinated.
Isn't decaf like the dirt? or something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Might
I
as
don't
well
drink
be
that
dirt, am I
shit.
right?
Are you kidding me? Hell no.
Should we talk about Kickster or conventions first?
Well, let's see. First thing on the list that Troy has here
I
is...
still wanted to talk about coffee, though.
Oh, well, you can talk about coffee. What
I
do
got
you
a
think?
coffee maker. It holds 4 cups. It's nice and cute.
I don't think you like coffee. Oh, no, wait.
I've started.
You started, yeah.
Yeah, Edelweiss got me on it. That
Nice.
that little. I think we talked about it on here before. The little
You're
German
gradually
restaurant.
stepping down from 4 packets of sugar to 3, right?
Yeah. No, actually, the other day at Kineticon.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
had-
right. I went up to you in the green room and you're like, I think I made this like a grown-up. It's 1
Yeah.
sugar and 1 cream. And I
Yeah.
was like, what do you think? You went, I don't think I like it.
Well, it wasn't that. I just think the coffee itself wasn't very good.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's definitely...
I feel like if it had been decent coffee, it would have been fine.
yeah, that's
You saying Kineticon didn't have good coffee?
hotel room coffee.
Yeah, that's the only coffee I had
saw
while we were
a-
in Connecticut.
The
They had
rest
it.
they had was good.
They had a Keurig maker there.
Did they?
Yeah. It was over there by the, you know where the water was? It was like a
Coffee
little
and
thing in between
plastic
it.
together.
It was, yeah, it was pretty good.
Like over near the dining table?
Yes. On the
That's what I
opposite.
used.
Like with the little cup packet things that you put
Yeah.
in there? Oh.
Yeah.
I like, I don't know anything about coffee, but the few
I don't
times-
think it was I don't think it was Keurig coffee.
Oh.
I think it was like
Knockoff brand.
yeah.
Folgers. That Folgers shit.
Yeah.
I don't actually know anything about coffee, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I just know I wasn't that crazy about it.
Coffee out of Keurig cups always has a vaguely sort of plasticky undertone to me.
That one
Yeah,
you
it's
gave
not-
me when you worked at the Creative Campus thing, the like hazelnut kind they had,
Yeah.
that was really good. I didn't really like coffee.
It's okay. It's just I tend to drink like almost a pot per day, so those
Gross.
Yeah, I don't need that
Those
big.
K cups just aren't very economical for me.
They're not very economical, period.
Yeah.
I think those are for people that have like a cup a day, I think, and don't
Yeah.
want to buy those.
A cup a
shitty
day
little-
also have to supply an office and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Or, I don't
Yeah.
know. They're gradually getting. I don't know. I just can't really justify paying like $100 for a coffee maker and then like
I see them and I think they're pretty cool, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I like never.
I
drink
think it would be a
coffee.
cool thing to get as a gift, but I don't think I would ever actually like buy one.
Yeah, because they're super expensive.
My buddy Steven actually got like a Keurig espresso maker and everything, and he's like, and it got like a huge sampler pack of all these different flavors. He's like, some of these are pretty good, some of them are shit.
it's one of those things
you
I'm
imagine
turning
that?
into a grumpy old man about, sort of appliances that are getting like digital screens for no reason. It's like coffee makers don't need touch screens.
But you can check the weather.
Refrigerators don't need touch screens.
Refrigerators haven't had touchscreens for a while.
I don't need to.
They tried to
Haven't
bring
or
that. They were
had?
like,
They haven't had like there was that time when they had like TVs and shit.
yeah,
in
they were
them,
trying to
but-
like be like, oh, you can browse the internet
You
while
can tweet from your fridge.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically, it's like you can watch your YouTube cooking shows while you.
yeah.
or
As far as I
kitchen.
know, though, they don't
It's
really
like,
do
but
that anymore.
But tablets do that better.
Yeah.
You can't see your refrigerator from almost
Yeah.
anywhere in your kitchen usually.
Yeah.
Like the front of it anyway.
You have to specifically design your kitchen around that.
You have to like face
you can't
it
actually
out.
cook in front of your fridge, so watching that cooking show is kind of pointless.
Yeah, and you need. It's not like you can move your fridge to any other outlet either. It has that little special.
Let me just move this over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try a new recipe.
Don't refrigerators have like those specialized plugs like dryers do? Don't they? I don't know.
I don't know.
Something
Anywhere
like-
I've ever lived has already had a
Yeah,
fridge
I've never
in it,
had
so
to
I've never
actually
had to
put
put
in-
one in. Yeah.
If you know anything about plugging in fridges, let us know at podcast.
Well, my grandparents got a second fridge and they put it in their kitchen, and I don't think they had to like do any special installation crap. So
Oh, actually, at my parents' old house, they had a refrigerator in the basement, like lots of people do. And I don't think that was okay. Never mind. Scratch that thing I said about emailing us about refrigerators. Unless you just have a really interesting refrigerator story
Yeah.
that we can read. Which
Tell us about your fridge.
yeah, tell us all about your fridges. Let's just have an email.
Fridge
drive.
cast.
did you? Oh, what if Pop-Tart is one of those smart refrigerators? What if they tweeted from their refrigerator at us?
Wait, what?
When
the Pop Tart
yeah.
person. Okay, I thought you were saying like the company Pop Tarts.
No, you gotta keep up with all these references
All
that
of our
I'm
podcast continuity.
yeah, that's running through my head that I'm not actually
saying out loud. All the people that like listen to this for the first time, like, what the hell are they talking about?
Yep.
If you guys could keep up what I was thinking, we'd be going 100 miles an hour.
Hey.
Let's go ahead and get someone to make a THAC Podcast wiki
Fridge
to have-
cast.
yeah, or no, like a wiki to have all the things we talk about
Yeah.
there, so we can check it and make sure we haven't.
Yeah.
Check our
You
continuity.
should do that for us. wiki
Someone.
people. Yeah, definitely.
Someone who cares enough.
Please don't actually do
No
that.
No one will. Okay, so first thing on the list: new shirt designs and remastered season 1 DVD will be available on the store in the next few days. Yeah, that's
Hopefully.
I wrote probably Thursday, but that's not really accurate
Yeah.
anymore because
They
They're
still
getting
haven't shipped
shipped.
them.
Yeah, they're getting shipped from Connecticut tomorrow, and I think they're like what?
tomorrow's in Wednesday because today's
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Because we squeezed them in at the last possible second as far as getting them. We ordered them soon enough that we didn't have time to get them shipped to us and then ship them to Connecticut. So they got straight there to Connecticut, and then once we were done, now we're waiting on that stuff to get back. And whenever that
Found
gets
out.
back, then it'll be up on the
Found
store.
out that shipping 14 boxes, some of which that weighed 45 pounds, a little pricey.
A little
Little
bit,
bit.
yeah.
A little pricey.
You might find that surprising, but it is not cheap.
It's a good
to
thing
do.
we had the PayPal swiper.
It's
Yeah.
cheaper than I thought it would be. But that
Yeah, it
doesn't
could have
mean-
been a
that
lot
doesn't-
worse.
That doesn't mean it was cheap.
Yeah.
It was definitely not that.
Yeah, it was kind of sad packing up everything at the end of the convention. One, because the convention is ending. Everybody's sad. Aw.
Everybody's sad.
I know.
It's such
But-
fun.
We had 700 total shirts shipped to us, 500 DVDs, plus like all the shirts we brought with us, which was just the original symbol shirts, and season 2 DVDs. We brought like 100 of those and everything. So we had probably like 800 shirts, 600 DVDs and stuff. And, we still had lots of boxes to ship back. So it looked like we didn't sell anything to the outside observer, but we're just like, no, we're just really bad at time management and planning. Yeah.
Let's not do that for the next convention we go
Well,
to.
now that we have them,
Yeah.
and we also learned a very valuable lesson about return labels.
Shipping things back from conventions that you don't drive to, which
Yeah.
is plan it in advance.
Yeah, this
Make
was
sure all that stuff is taken care of before you even get there.
even though we went to Connecticut last year, this was the first time we've actually shipped the merchandise directly to a convention. So we weren't sure if they had like a UPS
What did we
or
do last year
USPS.
again? What did we do?
We shipped them to our handler at the time,
Oh,
and
yeah,
she shipped it back afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, just crammed them into her car, remember?
Yeah. I remember that.
But gave her thousands upon thousands of packing peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
She got really mad. Sorry, Stacy.
I don't think she was actually mad.
There were a lot of peanuts.
She was just like,
There
why
were-
are
Who
there
gets
so many
mad about
peanuts?
packing peanuts?
You ever try to clean them up?
No,
Yeah.
not really.
You can't really
Yeah.
vacuum them,
kinda leave
vacuum
them
them up,
there.
and you can't really leave them laying around if you have animals in your
They're-
house.
If I
There were-
spilled a ton of packing peanuts in my apartment, it's just, well, I guess I've got a packing peanut floor now. That's just
Yeah.
the way it is.
But they're bad for your animals, though.
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
You want Trudy and Ziggy to die?
Well,
Now that you mention that.
survival of the fittest, man.
But yeah,
They can't survive in packing peanuts. There's a lot of things they can't survive.
there
they just
there
weren't
were
meant to
enough
be.
packing peanuts to even people that would not normally be bothered by packing peanuts to be bothered by these packing peanuts.
It was
That was how many
It
there
was
were.
a lot of packing peanuts, even to the layman.
Yes.
even to people that know they're packing peanuts.
Even to
it
the
was too
borderline
many.
enthusiast.
Borderline packing peanut enthusiast. If you're a packing peanut enthusiast, please send us an email at podcast@thac.tv to let us know about any interesting packing peanut stories that you have.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, anecdotes, really anything about packing
Yeah.
peanuts you can think of. Well, not questions because we need to know. We're the ones that need to learn.
Who makes packing peanuts?
But about
I
those
wonder?
new designs on those shirts.
Oh yeah, we have new shirt designs.
We did post them on the did we post them on the THAC Facebook? I think we just did it on the Marble Hornets Facebook.
Man, we need some kind of social media manager.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I did update the store today to just to let everyone know we are discontinuing the current
Yeah.
gray operator shirts. They're on the store right now, and unfortunately, at Connecticut, or fortunately, I don't know.
It was a double-edged sword.
Yeah, one of the sizes has already sold out of that. It
The
is
small.
the small size of the old, I guess we can say old operator symbol shirts now has been
Yeah.
sold out, and they will not be being restocked because they're being discontinued. But luckily, we have the new
Independence Red.
Independence Red shirt, which I think we mentioned already in the last
Yeah.
podcast.
We had a couple of people come up to us at Connecticut and call it that, so I was happy. I was like, yeah,
Thanks for
Someone
listening.
listens
someone's
to this.
listening.
Thanks for listening to our stupid voices. Great sound quality, stupid
Yeah.
voices, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have had some interest expressed about having that same the new operator symbol shirt done in black. is something we might consider, but we're still gauging interest on that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want that, let us know, man. We'll totally listen.
Are
to
you
that.
saying that if people are interested, they should send an email to podcast@THAC.tv?
Well, now that you mention, if someone is interested in having a black and white operator symbol shirt, send an email over to podcast@THAC.tv.
Wait, you said black and white, like
As in the symbol is white.
Oh, I thought you were saying like a white shirt with
No, it's
black
like
symbol on
checkered.
it.
It's like checkered or swirled or
Can we
plaid.
have-
Can we have like plaid shirts?
No,
with
what we
operator
need
symbols?
is a shirt with a giant black to white gradient on it. Like it's white on the top and gradients down to black on the
What if we
bottom of the
did
shirt.
a thing where one of the crossbars of the operator symbol split the shirt, where the bottom was like black, the top was white, and then like the top half of the operator symbol was black on the white?
That would look absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it
is what it
would.
would look like.
Or
So let's do it.
We need to start doing like themed clothing stuff, like stuff from the show, because like Devo in their online store, they sold every single outfit that they ever wore on stage. At some point, they'd have them for sale in their store. So like
the exact ones they wore.
yeah, so
Let's
like
get in touch with members only, see if we can get some jackets
yeah,
made.
some jackets, red plaid shirts, those J hats, see if American Eagle will make those purple and black hoodies again.
Blue.
Purple and
black.
blue, whatever.
Blue and black.
Blue and black. What did I say? Purple and blue?
Yeah.
Whatever.
That would
Purple
look
and blue,
weird.
yeah.
That would just be garish.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what I'm wearing right now.
That
yeah.
would look awful.
So we
Kinda
can
like
just-
what you're wearing right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just, or we can just sort of like go to Walmart and buy the closest equivalents and then just sell them on the store for twice as much, because
Yeah.
these are the officially licensed Marble Hornets editions.
$40 flannel shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That was
Let's do it.
$8 in a bin,
Just
next to some cantaloupes.
Just mute out. Just mute out.
It
What
was
we
actually
said.
the lining of the cantaloupe bin.
Just mute out where we said that we got them, so no one can find them.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then like intensely moderate every social media platform of people saying like, no guys, they got it at Walmart.
Send them cease and desist
Yeah.
letters. You're defaming us.
Yep.
We have to take out all the tags first. It's like, how do I even know what size this is? Just trust us.
Just
Don't worry about it.
It's written in Sharpie on the back, like on the inside. It's fine. Just trust
just
us.
shut your face.
Shut up.
Are
And
there-
wear the shirt.
Are there tags in the? Yeah, there's tags in like actual tags in the new shirts. I was thinking they were printed on there at some point. I wish we could have gotten those.
The tagless shirts.
Yeah.
That would've been
because
cool.
I have a couple of shirts that are from the same brand that like are my absolute favorite, most comfortable shirts, but they have an itchy tag, and that just makes me angry. Even if you cut it off, like the residue is still itchy.
Well, if you cut it off, you're making it like it's like buzz cutting. It's going to be
Yeah.
shorter and scratchier.
So I don't know
Just
what to
suck
do
it
about
up.
that. I don't know what to do about that.
Make it longer. Like tape some, cut the tag off of a shirt you don't really like that much and stick it on the end of the tag of the shirt that
Yeah.
you do like, and it'll extend it far down enough so that it'll just kind of gently brush.
Or it'll pop
Against
out
you.
and be like a little rat tail for
Or
your...
yeah, that too. So it could be a new style decision
No, it's
too.
like this is really important stuff, but it's like horizontally put on there, like it's sewn in. It doesn't hang at all.
That's stupid.
And the edges of that kind of poke out and poke
That's
your
really
back.
stupid.
I
No,
know.
have
Well,
like
those
three
are, that's not how the tags are in these shirts.
No, I know.
Okay.
have
I'm
like
just
3 or
saying.
4 tags hanging out the back, and then people can like sneak up behind you and write you notes.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
And then you turn around and your shirt just says like LOL on the back 50 times or something for no reason.
Like it doesn't already.
Yeah.
The one I'm wearing right now says that.
Yeah.
We should make
It's
those
only
shirts.
40 times.
Call them the official shirt of LOL. I don't know.
The official meme shirt.
Yeah. I've seen those before, actually. I've seen people, or I don't think I've seen people wearing them, but I've seen in stores, Hot Topic-esque stores. I'm pretty sure I didn't dream this, but there's like a shirt that has like all the word art on there. So it's like words of different sizes. Not like Microsoft Word art, but the,
Yeah.
the things of different sizes, like the word cloud things. And it has like LOL, WTF, OMG
That's
on
pretty
it.
cool.
People who wear those would be instantly cool, and everyone will like them in high school.
So the other shirt design says everything
I
is
don't want to do
fine
this anymore.
Yeah.
in the camcorder font.
We did say that on the Marble Hornets.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did say that one.
Okay.
We said both of them on the Marble Hornets Facebook.
Okay.
And I think they turned out pretty good, and the people at Kineticon seem to really like them.
I really like that one too.
We got
I was
a lot
like,
of-
if it wasn't weird to wear my own stuff, I was like, yeah, I'd
Might wear them
my own
around the house because those are comfortable shirts.
stuff. Oh yeah.
I'll get one of the.
If you'd like one of our comfortable shirts, go to THAC.tv/store.
And I am not a extra large shirt wearer or a 2XL shirt wearer, which are now available.
That's right. We did get a size 2X,
So
which will
those
now
are-
be available on the store. THAC.tv/store.
As soon as we get them.
Yeah. Right.
Which will not be when people listening to this, probably, unless UPS is just insanely fast. I was going to say, wear it around the house, get one of those like shirts that swallow you up.
Oh yeah, then you wouldn't even have to wear like underwear or anything.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I
Just
would
hang dong around the house.
That was not when I was a kid, but when I was a kid, I would get one of those oversized shirts and sit down like on a couch, whatever, and do this, where you like
You put the shirt over your knees.
yeah, you like pull your knees up to your chest and put
Yeah.
your shirt over your knees, and it's like, oh, I got a shirt house now. I found one of those shirts.
If you'd like to make a shirt house.
when I was
You said, Dad, look, I'm pitching a tent. And he just goes,
yeah.
My boy. My boy's become a man.
Oh, I was just gonna
Oh
say
wait,
that
no,
I
he's
found-
just dumb.
I found one of those shirts that I used to do that with not long ago, and I was like,
what, pitch a tent? Yeah.
Yeah, one of those
Okay.
pitch tent shirts, and it was like super tiny, and I felt really
Almost like you were a child.
yeah. No, like that shirt swallowed me up. I don't know, man. It was.
It's almost like you were a child.
An exceptionally dainty child. Or were you?
Oh, I was. I have never been any.
Because I wasn't sure, like I was wondering if maybe like
Anything
you were
other
one of
than a
those kids.
gangly
When,
nerd.
I was wondering if you were one of those kids that was like really fat whenever they were like 4, and then
Nope.
just like stretched out as you got older.
Nope.
Just sort of like the amount.
I was a pudgy baby. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think everyone is kind of a pudgy baby.
Yeah.
Or at least most people
I was an
are.
exceptionally pudgy baby. I think
I
I
was-
was like 9 or 10 pounds.
I was pretty pudgy as a kid, as a little kid. But yeah, after I'm probably like 5 years old, I've always been the
Yeah.
gangly guy. And now I'm starting to put the pudge back on.
You just want to make a change.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rango is my favorite movie. I just want to be more like the title character.
So
Yeah.
is that all you're gonna say about?
But
the
yes,
shirts?
we listened. We listened to the audience, people, and finally got 2X shirts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry we didn't have them before. We suggested them to the person who was making them before, who was in charge of our merch store, and he just kind of went, nah.
He's like, oh no, those would cost more to print, which they do, but we're not going to charge more for them in the store, because
Did they charge more?
yeah, they were like less than $2 more a piece. Like it doesn't even matter.
I didn't know that.
But I guess he is like, my profit margin.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
What all the problems of saying that are, of saying, oh no, my profit. Yeah. So those shirts will be up pretty soon. We just got back from Connecticut, and boy,
What a difference.
I was gonna. I
Boy, you're my arms tired.
I was gonna say we flew back in yesterday, but I was gonna say, boy, is my thumb bruised from bowling.
Oh, okay.
My thumb hurts a lot, like
Yeah.
right there, or not. It doesn't hurt a lot, but if I touch it, it hurts.
Yeah.
You said yours was too.
Yeah, mine is.
You were looking at me like I was crazy.
I kind of forgot about the bowling, and I was wondering why sort of like this area at the base of these two middle fingers kind of hurt a little bit.
You use
Yes.
your middle fingers for bowling?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, I've always done that.
Oh yeah, I guess I do too.
I've seen
I'm not
people-
holding a bowling ball. So
I've seen people use these 3 fingers, but it's always the middle and ring and thumb.
I
that I've
tried
used.
like way back when to do the index and thing, but it just I
But
felt like I was about to break my finger.
The top 2 holes are like the same size, and your
Yeah.
middle and ring finger are the same radius, I think, and your pointer finger is a little bit smaller, I think.
We're
all looking at our hands right now.
I literally just made that up, so I don't know if that's right or not.
That's science.
I feel like your pointer finger would have a smaller circumference than these 2 fingers would.
Yeah.
Your middle and your ring finger would.
Don't you flick me off?
It's always hard for me
I'm
to.
doing this.
Don't you flick me off?
I'm doing this. Remember when like Dane Cook had like a like world tour or something, and this was the sign he did?
No.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really dumb.
That is pretty dumb. It's
It's-
also really hard to do.
I know.
What was
I
it
realize
supposed
that.
to be?
I don't know. I never listened to Dan Cook. I just know that it was his tour sign. What I'm doing, since this is an audio thing, is it's like your
Something
middle finger,
dumb with your hand.
Yeah, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your thumb out, almost like the rockin' symbol. Or
Oh, maybe
whatever.
that's what it was supposed to be. Was like it's like
opposite of
it's
the-
the opposite of the horns. That's probably what it is.
But I can't do it without my fingers like trembling.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts the tendons in my arm.
I'm really
anyway. So
I'm
Connecticut.
really bad at shooting someone with the bird because my finger doesn't like go up that farther than that. I feel really bad for myself. We're all just sitting here flicking each other off.
Hey! I can never.
What was I-
I always
what was I
have trouble
talking about?
finding bowling balls that I fit my fingers because I have bizarrely wide, like, finger knuckle joint things right there.
We should start up a THAC bowling league, and
Hey everyone, look at pictures of our hands.
yeah, and then we can get you one of those custom size. I'm guessing you can get custom size bowling balls.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a.
I
I'm not a
mean,
pro.
I buy
bowler.
bowling balls all the time. Yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
I bought like 3 yesterday
Yeah.
from a guy parked down the street. They were in the back of his truck.
Hey kid, you want some bowling balls?
Yeah.
He just stopped you and
He
said,
paid me.
Hey kid, want to see some balls? And he thought it was going a completely different direction from
Yeah.
that. But then he opened his van and it
Cost $8 and he gave me a free snake.
was wow.
See, that's what separates BNWYDSE from other podcasts. You think we're going to go lowbrow, but then we're just talking about bowling balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really elevated, I think. Anyway,
Was
yeah,
there-
Kineticon. Are we going to talk about that?
You
I
see-
guess.
Or are we still
see
talking
what we
about bowling balls?
I mean, we went bowling at the end of Kineticon.
We
It was
did.
fun.
We
I
did.
broke 100 2 games in a row and actually won
Yeah.
one of the games.
Yeah,
and
you-
Joseph won the other one. I
You
almost
won
beat him.
a bowling. Wasn't that the first bowling you've won?
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Milestone.
And
Kineticon's
Tim-
full of milestones.
Tim was on track to beat 100, but I jinxed you. I pointed out that you were on track to beat 100.
And then he got 99.
Yep. He
Still
needed
never
6
broken a-
pins on the last ball, and he got 5.
So what we're gonna do for the thumbnail of this podcast, I took a picture of that. I'm gonna send it to you. Zoom in on the 99 and make that the thumbnail.
Aw, that's mean. Tim was so disappointed.
I wrecked him. I got 106. It was great.
Destroyed.
106
I fucking
to his
sucked
99.
that first game.
It was great.
I started
I mean-
off really strong and just faded away like really fast.
That's
all
usually what
things
happens to me. I do like the first two. Are frames the games or just the bowling
Frame
squares?
is the
squares.
like
The
1 through
squares.
10.
Okay,
Yeah.
the bowling game is called just the bowling game, I guess. Okay, yeah.
It's
during-
called the bowling, actually.
Yeah, the first 2 frames I'm usually okay, and then I just go down from there.
You,
but
you were pretty
we
strong.
we
that
played
second
2
game.
bowlings and you got gradually better the
I
second
know
bowling.
that's we should go bowling
Like-
again sometime. I liked it.
I'm down.
I enjoyed that.
I liked it. You know, all things considered, we all did terrible, but
Yeah.
like overall, like to people that actually bowl.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you could say that people that do
but-
sports casually do terribly compared
Yeah.
to people that do it professionally.
Weird.
Huh.
That's freaking weird. There was a
Yeah.
guy in the lane over from us that rolled over 200 on one of them.
I
Really?
hate that guy.
Yeah. And it was
Screw
the
that
game
guy.
where it's like you were the only person, Troy was the only person that broke 100. And he's over there like just wiggling around and dancing and stuff and just casually throws like 208 or something.
Was that the guy that like you had to wait for before you bowled because he kind of lingered over into your lane after he did it?
No, that was a different guy.
Okay,
I know who
I
you're
was
talking
always
about.
I always waited on that guy because I was like, as soon as I start, this guy's gonna walk right into me.
Well,
and
you're
it's gonna
supposed to
be-
wait until the people on either side of you go anyway.
Oh, is that like a bowling etiquette thing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I waited on that just because I didn't want to like
Yeah.
throw my bowling ball into his crotch or something.
Yeah,
Accidentally.
Tim went when another guy was about to take his step and he got a dirty look.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like he was stepping up to bowl. He was like in position first and he took like a step forward and then you went and
That's a bowling faux pas.
Yeah, and he stopped.
we're on the same lane. What is it? We're not on the same lane. What does it matter?
Well, you're right next to each other and you're pretty close and I
Yeah.
mean, it's distracting and
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
it's just not something you do. It's kind of rude
Well,
to do.
I didn't know that.
If that guy's
Now you know.
listening to this, we're sorry.
Well, I'm
sorry,
not sorry.
I didn't know
do
anything
that.
about bowling.
We
Big
we
idiot.
Yep.
we apologize for our Tim's behavior.
Yep. So, should we actually talk about the convention or are we
Nah.
go with the bowling?
No,
No,
it's,
just-
I just
Tim played Guitar Hero Arcade.
Not very
tore
well.
shit
too.
up. No, no, you tore it up pretty
You
well.
got like
played it.
73%, man. That's
forgot-
3/4 awesome.
I forgot how I thought that song that I picked was a different one than what it was, and that one wasn't that fun.
But they even had Godzilla.
no, they didn't.
Yes, they did. I
Nuh-uh.
saw it.
I would have grabbed it.
I saw it.
They wouldn't have 2 Blue Oyster Cult songs in the same game.
They've
totally
had two. They've had 2.
They totally did.
I mean, they built an entire game around the Beatles, so
True.
You passed over it. I saw.
Now I'm upset because I played Cities on Fire with Rock and Roll, and that song isn't very fun to play.
was that the one that was the one you picked?
Yeah.
You won your duel, though.
Oh
You
yeah.
play, and you play on expert, which I could never do that. I could play on expert on very few things, but I usually just play on hard.
I haven't actually. That was the first time I played it in a really long time because they became artificially difficult and not very fun. After
Where you're
like
playing
3.
the keyboard parts and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
Or it's like whenever they sort of diverged with Guitar Hero and Rock Band, it was like Rock Band was sort of going for the realism factor, and Guitar Hero was more of like the arcadey thing.
Yeah.
The
So
high
it was
score
like
chase.
So it was sort of like hard mode was closer to realism mode, and then expert they just sort of like throw a bunch of random notes in just for the sake of difficulty.
The cool thing about like Rock Band was when you're on the drums and you put it on expert, it was like a 1-to-1 ratio. Like you were playing exactly what the...
Especially if you did what a friend of mine did in high school, where they actually had like an ultra drum set, which was an actual electronic drum kit that just happened to come with like the thing that you needed to plug it into the Xbox input. So he had that, and like each one of the drum pads for the drum kit was color coordinated like it would be on the game. So you're literally playing drums if you're playing that on expert. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat.
I never had that.
Yeah, it would be really cool to have an electronic drum set, because I annoyed my mom a lot, I think, when I had my drum kit. Drum set. My trap set, as they call it.
Yeah, man.
And then
you played trap in middle school jazz band, I remember. At least once you did.
Jazz band? We didn't have a jazz band in middle school.
It was like extracurricular, and I think we met like a handful of times. And you were there, I remember, because you did the...
Yeah, that's like the first thing everyone learns.
Yeah. Hey, man, it was impressive to me.
I don't remember
I was like,
that.
I didn't know Troy did that. He plays clarinet.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Also, no, I didn't play clarinet.
what did you play?
He never played clarinet.
Never, ever. I was really... And if I did play clarinet, I would be better than average at it. Never mind the fact that I would be physically unable to play it properly.
What?
Because let's say if I did play it...
He would certainly never be that person whose only goal was to not be last chair.
Yeah.
That would certainly not be Troy.
I was next to last chair in front of the person who never actually played.
Yeah. But if he had played clarinet.
If I did.
Yeah.
But if I did play clarinet, there's something you have to do when you play any instrument with your mouth. As far as I know, you have to tongue like...
Yeah.
Okay. I cannot physically tongue instruments. Like, I can't do that. I can't do that because I have a hole near my mouth. So whenever I blow into it, I used to use my tongue to cover that hole near my mouth, or else I'll just go...
Oh.
So, like,
I never even thought of that.
Yeah, so I could not tongue.
So you were just saying, if you had played clarinet, you were just saying they're going, hoo, 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 hoo.
Yeah,
like stopping your air completely.
Yeah,
Wow.
Instead of tongue, you have to go, ho, 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 like that.
That's brutal.
I know. That's why I was next to last chair.
If you play clarinet.
If I play clarinet, yeah. If I did that.
If you had played clarinet, where do you think that clarinet would be right now? Do you think you would still have it, or would you have gotten rid of it?
I mean, when I helped my parents move out of their house, I found
when
it.
you would have
It was under my bed, but that was the last time I saw it, so I don't know where it
would have been
now.
under your bed.
Yeah, it was.
We're keeping the joke going. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. If I had it, I would have found it under.
So was it your parents' idea to play clarinet, or was it yours?
It was the middle school band director.
It was a shitty band director's idea.
And why not put you on like percussion or something? Because he was.
If you didn't come into our middle school band already playing an instrument, which you didn't unless you went to my elementary school, they basically chose for you.
Yeah. And
that was just the end of the story.
Yep.
Like, I'm sure you could have gotten out of it if like your parents came in and were like,
no. This is the funny part is that guy. It was his last year being.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name was. Gibson.
I think so.
Yeah. Despite his name, he was not a very good musician.
Or a very good teacher.
Yeah, for that matter. I'm pretty sure.
Or a very good person.
Pretty sure he was drunk most of the time. Anyway,
there's a reason he left, and no one was sad.
Yeah, he went to go fishing. I'm pretty sure that meant he was fired. I did air quotes for go fishing.
He went to go fishing in the unemployment office.
Yeah, you went there like a week or two before school started, I think, and he would give you a bunch of mouthpieces, be like, "What do you want to do?" And my mom was with me and told him like he would like to play percussion, and he literally said to her, "Your son will never play percussion."
What?
Because that's what she says. I didn't hear him say that, but that's what she tells me. And because the reasoning behind that was if you went to Valley, which was the one Joseph went to, Valley Elementary, before you came to middle
He
school.
used all of those percussionists or something?
Like they already had a year of experience, I guess.
Ooh. Because it fucking matters when you're in 5th and 6th grade.
Yeah, like they already had a year. Because if you think about it, everyone that was on percussion was from Valley.
I never thought of that.
Yep. If you went to Helena, you did not get to play percussion with them.
I played trumpet because I went to that elementary school. I went to my own elementary school. And
Weird.
I was in 5th grade the first year they did the elementary school band, and I'd already gotten trumpet because that's what I really wanted to play, because I can't tell the difference between a trumpet and a saxophone in an NPR recording. And I was like, I want to play the trumpet. And my grandfather was like, okay. And then later told me
that was a saxophone.
later told me, it's like, oh, that was a saxophone. I was
Whoops.
like, oh, well, okay.
How hard would it be to learn the saxophone now with your trumpet knowledge?
Well,
I don't know
now,
I don't know anything about either instrument, so I don't know if that's much
sax
of
is
a
a reed
transition.
instrument, so
yeah,
it's a completely different way of playing.
It would be completely different. If I played clarinet and I wanted to learn saxophone, it'd be really, relatively easy.
Because you do the same thing with your mouth.
It'd be kind of like, since I play trumpet, switching to, the euphonium that Mai had at the house and everything. It's like, well, I know the fingerings, I know how to buzz and everything. So going from one brass instrument to another is easy. You just have to learn the various fingerings and positions and stuff and everything like that. But if I was switching from brass to woodwinds, that's another story completely.
Yeah.
I can make a sound on reed instruments, but that's about the most I can say.
I remember trying to play someone's saxophone one time, and I couldn't do it because their reed was like really stiff, because clarinet reeds were really, if I played clarinet reeds were very flexible.
Yeah, it depends
really
on
soft.
And then there are different sizes and stuff like that. My grandfather, who played clarinet and everything, he
probably got to choose that he played that, I bet.
Yes, he did. Okay. And he also made his own reeds.
Ooh. What?
That's how you know you're real fancy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Make your own reeds.
Oh, yeah.
Did he just tell me he just went out and had like a bamboo forest behind his house and just chopped them down with a machete and
no,
put
what
them
he
on
would
a
do
lathe or
is
something?
If I'm remembering correctly, he would get really, really thick reeds for clarinet, beyond what anyone would actually play on ever. And then he would sand it down to his preferred thing because he didn't like a specific size. It would have been the equivalent of if you play woodwinds, a 7, which is still a huge fucking reed that is really stiff. I think most high schoolers play on a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
Which, if you don't play any instruments, this means nothing to you. So let's switch subjects.
Oh,
yeah, but
wish my school had a band. My school was too small.
I played percussion though. After that,
I didn't have anything.
Yeah, you letting the kitty in? She doesn't. Yeah.
Although my dad got me my first guitar when I was a freshman in high school, I've just gradually been amassing more instruments, but I haven't really gotten that much better at any of them.
Luckily, I still have rhythm. I just can't read music very well.
Yeah, it's funny, for all of Mr. Gibson's "You Will Never Play Percussion," you actually turned out to be a pretty decent one. So
I was,
at least on snare. I don't know how you were on marimba or anything. I don't.
Look at
really
you.
remember that.
Wait, you don't remember what?
I don't remember how much you played marimba or anything like that.
That's why I say I can barely read music, is because I had to learn to barely read music to play mallets.
Gotcha.
No one wanted to play mallets in high school. No one.
Well, there was always
2 people maybe.
Yeah.
And
they were the ones that always played it.
Yeah.
So they were the only ones that ever knew how to play it.
And then our band instructor would be like, no, they can't keep playing it forever. You have to learn how to play this. And so they would put us on it for certain songs. And it was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It sounds like shit.
Then they would point you out in the middle of the class and be like, okay, play through that part. And you're like,
it's like,
I don't know how.
My brain doesn't work this way. I'm sorry.
I can't just go home and practice this because I don't have that.
Yeah, they would say put some kind of cloth or something on an actual piano and hit it with drumsticks. It's like, I'm not going to do that.
What?
That's not the same.
Yeah, that seems dumb.
Yeah, it's like you have to hit it way harder than that, and it's not. They're way smaller than. Anyway, it's dumb.
Yeah.
So Kineticon,
was really neat.
How did we? Whatever. Okay, yeah, Kineticon.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
About how stupid that was. I'm guessing you're going to say it's stupid, right?
No, just how we got onto that subject. I was really confused.
Okay. Never mind the fact that you couldn't see the keys if you put a cloth over it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Okay, yeah, that's really dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kineticon.
It was really cool.
It was pretty cool. They
maybe if you had a bunch of micro rags, you cut each rag into a strip,
and you
color coded,
and then you mark the black keys.
Yeah.
like actually get black cloth for those.
It'll work, yeah.
ConnectiCon was fun.
It was. They, some of you maybe know last year, like we got there and we didn't actually have a room.
It wasn't even really a bad experience overall, but
no, it was just kind of
right at the very beginning. Everything sort of went wrong at once last year.
Yeah, and then it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, like
once we actually got to it and the con actually started, then it was fine.
Yeah.
It was all the stuff beforehand leading up to it.
But we weren't really sure if we would get invited back or anything like that. But then we did, and when we got there, they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we upgraded you to a suite because of last year." And we're like, "That's unnecessary,
Since
but
you need-
okay."
Yeah.
And we went up there, and
yeah,
It's like a
we
little
finally each had a bed.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I kind of miss cuddling with you guys, but
Yeah.
it was still pretty neat.
it was it was one king size bed and two twin size beds, so we rotated out the king bed every day.
And I
Each
shit
one of
you
us got
not,
one.
the first day we were there, Thursday, Roll Bounce was on HBO.
Right, like HBO was on. I think when you turn on the TV and it was Roll Bounce, and it was like we are meant to be here.
Yeah.
So
We sat down and watched the last 20 minutes of Roll Bounce.
It was pretty
It
good.
was great. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was.
Yes, it
pretty
was.
It
I hope you can
was-
see that I'm staring death into you.
It was awesome in its intense
And
amount
it's
of
roll
wasn't
bouncy.
awesome. Yeah. Roller disco,
We need to keep
not that
going.
interesting to watch.
We need to keep going before you start something here.
Yeah.
roller
Don't
disco.
say anything you will regret.
Roller disco is great in concept.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Then the
right
next
now.
day at ConnectiCon, once the con actually started.
Roller disco was great. I'm sorry.
We got our season 1 DVDs like 15 minutes before the
that was
thing opened, which was a surprise. We thought we were going to get it like mid-afternoon. So happy little coincidence there that it was ready right as we walked in.
because they gave they said that they were going to ship it ground shipping that was only supposed to take a day to get there, and I wasn't really sure what to make of it because I got the email from the company and they said, "Hi, your order has been completed and is ready for shipping. It will probably ship today if you receive this email before 6 p.m. or tomorrow if you receive this email after 6 p.m. I got it at 6 p.m. on the dot. So I was like, I don't know what my expectation should be for this. But then they finally they showed up like 15 minutes before the dealer room opened. So that was just perfect. And then
and they've all been tested and they work. So
yeah,
they work.
I've gotten reports from a few people back saying they work,
Which is a definite plus.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's the last. That was my biggest fear. Is just like all of these were going to go back or go out. Had hundreds made, and then just oh wow, this doesn't work at all.
Yeah. You made a good point because I said, welcome to how I felt editing every single Marble Hornets episode, but you're like, yeah, but if you screwed that up, you could just re-upload it and it'd be fine. If I screwed that up, it would have been a disaster for us.
Yeah, screwing up a Marble Hornets entry wouldn't cost thousands.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and also I had a mini heart attack yesterday because our bulk DVDs finally got in the mail, and I stuck one in my PlayStation to test it out just to make sure that it was working and everything. And it started playing at in the middle of entry 25 with the commentary on, and I was like, what happened? But then I remembered that since I'd already made a test copy of just on a DVD-R before we'd had those made, and it was my PlayStation just read it as the same disc. So
Yeah.
I guess that means for better or for worse, if there was nothing wrong with the test copy, then the real one was exactly the same.
Yep.
So hopefully there's nothing wrong with that test copy. I couldn't find anything, neither could anybody else. So
We
And if you did, don't tell Tim.
Yeah.
He'll be sad.
other than merchandise stuff, always a blast to meet fans. Thanks to all of you that came out and saw us. It was magical.
Had some pretty good food too. Didn't have
Yeah.
any seafood though, which is too bad.
We had some powdered donuts brought to us. Thank you
was
for
good.
that.
Thanks for that. Joseph devoured them.
I destroyed those.
I think I had 2. Yeah.
got a grapefruit, of course.
We got a grapefruit.
Thank you.
I think that's like 3 for 3 now.
I think so. Yeah,
In the past 3 conventions, I
Did
think.
someone give us a grapefruit at Memphis?
I think so. Maybe I don't remember.
You might have signed
not.
one.
Maybe it's
We weren't-
maybe it's
I think I
3
might have
out of-
signed one. Yeah.
Yeah, we have seen a grapefruit. I think in the last 3.
Why
Maybe
is
the last 4.
I'm upset that no one has cosplayed as the grapefruit yet. It's like
Really?
I
Yeah,
haven't
like
seen-
why hasn't that happened?
Why is no like just sort of the M&M's costumes they used to make, where it was just sort of
Yeah.
like the
Get
round,
an orange one.
Yeah, get an orange one with that face. More merch for the merch store in the clothing line. Have the grapefruit costume, but it's like the
Drop
arms
some
and legs are like
concepts. Send
white.
them to podcast at THAC.tv.
Yeah. Anyway,
We had a couple of panels. We
Yeah.
did a web series roundtable with lots of cool people. We the Beat Down Boogie.
Beat Down Boogie, Doug
Signal
Walker,
Crash.
Signal Crash, and
Another guy whose name I can't remember right
somebody
now.
who did puppets. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
I
Sorry,
apologize.
person.
Yeah.
We'll
Sorry, guy.
look it up.
Yeah.
Signal Crash guys were really cool. I like
Really
those
cool.
guys.
Yeah.
You should go look them up. I was talking to him before he left, and he told me that he did video game voices, and he told me quite a few that he did that I can't
yeah?
remember right now.
Oh,
He
look up
did.
his IMDb.
He did do one for that Dust game I was playing for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. He told me what it was. And I was like, I don't remember that, but okay, cool.
Cool.
The voices in that game were totally fine.
They seemed really neat. I would like to talk to them more in the future.
I'd
Yeah.
like to know that guy.
He gave me a business card. We should
We
get
can
him.
totally network.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should get him on the podcast. Let's do that.
Yeah. They do a podcast too.
That's what Signal Crash is, right?
Is that the podcast
guess.
itself,
I
or is that
think
their
so.
show that they do?
I'm not positive.
I can't remember.
We should have researched this before we said something.
Give
about
him
it.
all your dog gifts and be like, just make a show out of this.
Yeah,
And
come on.
call me this. Say that I made it.
I
Please.
kinda sorta told him that. So yeah. and very vague. One day I want to do this at some point, and he told me another vague response of, "If you need any help, let me know." So maybe.
That's
Hey.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
pretty
weird
cool.
to think that people would want to work with us. Like,
Yeah.
like they, and I don't mean that in a self-depreciating way. It's just like
For like
that's
the first time ever.
That's another thing. Well, I'm trying to lay back on that a little bit because even Doug Walker says we're too hard on ourselves.
He did.
Yeah, he said that after the web series panel and everything.
I don't remember that. Huh.
Yeah.
In the green
Tim-
room, you guys weren't looking at him.
Yeah,
You were busy getting sodas.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He was talking to Tim, and apparently he said, "Yeah, you guys are too hard on yourselves." So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to ease back, even though we suck.
Okay.
See, it's a joke there.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Got it.
Yeah. But anyway, no, it's weird to think that we've reached a level where people kind of see us in like
Collaborative light, I guess.
yeah, maybe, or like we're a legitimate prospect to work with instead of just other guys from the internet.
Yeah.
So that's a change that, we never really noticed until recently.
I didn't quite feel like just some dude from the internet on that panel, so
Yeah.
I felt slightly more legit, I guess. I don't know.
And I guess since
Doesn't happen. Don't get very many opportunities for that. So.
Yeah.
to think about, our philosophy behind this and everything, I guess since people do, tell us that, we inspire them to make things too and stuff, maybe we should, I don't know, act like that. Still
It's a pleasure to be an inspiration to everyone.
yeah, exactly like that.
Yes.
Especially the moaning.
Just moan at everyone. Hey, I really like your show.
I know. It's an inspiration.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
We're pretty good at everything.
It's pretty good to talk about. It's a pleasure to be an inspiration to so many millions of people all the time.
You really like my stuff because it's the best stuff you've ever seen.
It's one of the greatest things. Nothing is as great as when I make it. I have run out of things to say.
We did another panel.
Yeah.
Our standard Q&A.
So
A little bit of a twist this time, though.
Yeah.
We showed a clip of the movie.
And it was the
It was the same clip. But
No.
It's the same clip from the Austin.
It was
slightly edited,
it
but
was
it was
slightly
the same
edited
footage.
version of the one we showed at Austin. So
Which was also the same footage or the same scene that we saw them shooting when we were visiting in LA last year. So that is the only, as far as I'm concerned, like that's all the movie
That's the
there is.
movie,
That is
yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
yep.
If you didn't go to Connecticut and you want to see it, Too bad.
Sorry.
We did a hand check. There were no pictures or anything like that. At our future cons, maybe we'll be able to show it. I'll ask.
I mean, we have the file now. So.
Yeah, we have the file, and I'm sure they don't have a problem with us showing it at future conventions, but we're not going to be putting it online.
I mean, you pretty much just barely mentioned it to them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, here's the MOV file."
But it's definitely one of those things where we are certainly not going to be posting it online.
Yeah.
And
NDAs were signed.
And if one of the people at our conventions shows it online, well,
that gets us in trouble too.
It gets us in trouble, and guess what's never getting shown at a convention again?
Yeah.
So, at least not for a while.
Everyone seems really cool with it though. When we asked them,
everyone just seemed excited. Everyone played along. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was nice. Anime Blues Con, we said, was like a dream. It was amazing how well it ran and everything like that. But it was nice being at a convention where I actually knew some of the cosplayers.
Wait, did you?
At Anime Blues Con, it was
pretty much anime stuff. I mean, I knew the Attack on Titan stuff, and that's pretty much it.
Because I ran into the Sultan from Aladdin.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was pretty proud because I told Troy when we were like the first day we were walking in, I was like, I didn't know anything at Anime Blues Con. But if anyone here is dressed up as a League of Legends character or any of their skins, I will know it.
And he's like, you did, and you let us know which ones they were.
And,
Heck yeah.
And Troy was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. Stop talking to me. And like, I immediately started rallying off. I'm like, that's that one, and that's that one, and that's that one, and that skin, and everything.
Yeah, Joseph started talking to someone that was, I think it was that person who was dressed as a white mage. You were talking to him about League of Legends. They were on like the side of our table, and you were talking to them.
No, that was someone else. They actually had a League of Legends tournament.
Okay, and you were talking to them about that, and I just kind of looked over at Tim and was like, he might as well be speaking another language to me right now.
He's talking about something I don't do.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I have no idea what he's talking about. It's just all these words that I don't know.
It was just like there was that guy that
fucking ears, man. She was a jungle main, and she played Sejuani, and we were both fangirling over the Bear Cavalry skin. God. Don't you know anything about anything?
No.
Well, it's just like that guy came up to our table and I told him nice costume and you asked what it was. I was like, it's the second Doctor from Doctor Who, and you're like, why does he have a flute? And I was like, because
he had a recorder.
Well, yeah, it was a recorder. Yeah, it's because he
was it a recorder in Doctor Who, or was it a flute in Doctor Who?
It was a recorder.
Okay,
he just sort of played the flute sometimes.
Recorders sound like ass.
Yeah, they do. That's why he played it, because it got on the other character's nerves a lot.
Okay,
it didn't get on his nerves though.
Are there any like
made him happy?
I've never heard of a person being like a famous recorder.
That's because they're cheap pieces of plastic.
Is that kind of like being on the same level as a professional kazoo player?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I didn't know if that was like are there like $1 million recorders that people tour around with?
Not that
maybe
I'm
it
aware
was a
of.
popular instrument before good instruments were invented.
I think it's always been a beginner's instrument. Like you are learning how.
I mean, like maybe it was
it.
one of those instruments they played in the Middle Ages, like with the lute or something like that.
Except those were actually made well. These
I think you're thinking of a pan flute.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about anything.
Because I remember in like 5th grade we got to do that. I guess in lieu of having an actual band thing like your elementary school did. I remember having to sit in front of everyone and have the music teacher hold up a literal note card with a note on it, and you had to play it, and if you didn't, you got berated and you had to sit down. I was pretty good at it.
Oh, yeah?
But I mean, the recorder had all of like 7 holes in it, I think.
Like it was an octave, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I know these 7 notes now.
Hey man, whatever.
Although they did have those smaller holes. Like, I don't know what the deal with that was. Is that like the octave up or something? Like each little hole had a smaller hole next to it that you could not cover up.
Oh man, that was a fancy one.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might have been like sharps and flats, probably.
I don't know anything.
If I had to guess without actually seeing it.
If you know a whole lot about recorders, or if you're a professional recordist,
recordian.
Let us know. Send us a sample of your work, and you will be the theme for the next podcast.
Yep.
You know what? Send us a MP3 or whatever of you playing the recorder, and we'll make the best one the next opening music for the next podcast.
That sounds pretty good.
If you manage to play the Solstice theme, it's an automatic in.
Yeah. Like that is the win condition. If you do that first, you are in. But in lieu of that, if you're the best in general, you need to be. Yeah.
Let's see.
And I don't know if the best means worst or really the best.
The best means whichever one I like the most.
Yeah.
That is the one that gets picked.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Is there anything?
Speaking of recordings being sent in, I got all of you guys' Sonic the Head. You guys'
been in Connecticut too long.
Yeah.
happy birthday,
You say
Shadow.
y'all like everybody else.
Heck no.
I got all y'alls.
I ain't gonna say nothing, boy.
I'm not the one that let a y'all slip out in the middle of a panel like you did.
Hey man, whatever.
I'm not holding it against you.
They laughed at you. You
Did
They
remember?
can laugh all they want.
They didn't
Yeah.
laugh until I said something about it. Sorry.
But anyway, I got you guys' recording of Happy Birthday, Shadow in because of the
The speech jammered version.
The speech jammer version, yes. And I said I was going to sort of cut chunks of them together because of the time crunchedness of this
last few days.
podcast, because we're recording it Tuesday night. It is about 11:30 p.m. right now. So I'm kind of short on time because, again, me and Joseph have been moving all day. But I will be sure to have that up on SoundCloud sometime this week for your enjoyment.
Okay.
Or maybe tack it on the end of the next podcast or something. I don't know. Whatever strikes you guys' fancy the
I
most.
want to hear our reactions.
Oh yeah,
You gotta hear us giggle.
that's
at you.
true. So, yeah.
Hee-hee.
So I guess we will have to play it during the next podcast so we can laugh at everyone.
What if we
equally.
just hate it? We're completely stone faced the entire time.
Oh yeah, just like that was stupid. That was a
Yeah.
dumb
Let's
idea.
make
Why
a
did we ever
laugh
do
track and put over it.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That's about all for Kineticon, I think.
We need to record all these podcasts late at night because I feel like we're funnier now. We're being
We just
Instead
feel
of-
like we're funnier because we're tired.
maybe
Yeah.
that's
Um,
probably it. I'm also high as shit right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Instead
not
of talking
actually.
about a
Don't
good
do drugs,
convention, can
everyone.
we talk about a really bad convention now?
There's this convention called DashCon.
Which a
Recently.
couple of people on Facebook, whenever I was posting pictures from Kineticon, they thought that was the convention that I was at. Luckily, it
only.
was not.
Doug Jones went to it.
Maybe.
No,
We're
maybe.
not sure.
He did.
He was.
He did?
Oh, he did?
Yeah, there's pictures of him at it with people, but I don't know if he stayed the entire time.
Huh.
I saw the video today. I was reading an article about it, about that had the video on it of when they announced that Welcome to Night Vale was not going to be there, and I feel so bad for the person who had to do it, but they did it completely wrong the way they were talking about it.
How did they do it?
They just went up and was like, they pretty much just walked everyone. We're sorry. I know. Let's all let out a big collective groan on 3. 1, 2, 3. And like, you hear these people groan along with it. Then you hear this one dude in the back just go, "Give me back my money." And yeah, that's pretty much.
No,
yeah.
you can have an extra hour in the ball pit.
They didn't say that when they announced it, but yeah, it was.
I think the official term for how DashCon went is a complete and utter shit show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's people defending it and stuff.
cluster
and
F.
maybe they're right. I don't know. Maybe the internet's pulling it out of proportion, but from what I hear, it was hilariously awful.
I mean, defending it how?
Like saying that it's being blown out of proportion or something. Like, oh, the ball pit was actually an inside joke or something. Like, it was there ironically or something, even though they touted it as compensation for not seeing.
Of course, that's even worse because that means the response about the Night Vale tickets were just them being smartasses then.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like, yeah.
No, it
those
sounds
of
like
you
it
who
was-
bought extra tickets get to be victims of our shitty inside joke.
I guess
It
so.
sounds like the convention was run by people that had no business running a convention,
Mm-hmm.
and it all fell apart around them and was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for the people that lost money, but the part of me that's been on the internet for, I don't know, like 10 years plus, thinks it's really fucking funny.
I'm no lawyer, but it seems like if you paid money to go to, like, say, a Leonard Skinner concert, I don't know why it was the first band that popped into my head, but say you paid, $45, say, to go to a Leonard Skinner concert, and then you waited, let's say, an hour and 15 minutes waiting for them to come out, and then all of a sudden some person comes out and says, "Sorry, Leonard Skinner left, go away." Couldn't you, like, have some kind of legal ground to say, "Give me my money back"?
It really depends because,
I mean, you didn't sign any kind of waiver.
that happens.
If the artist already got paid and then left, then there's a good chance they could be
Yeah.
charged. But if they left because they weren't getting paid in the first place, then it probably falls on the venue's responsibility.
Well, yeah, but it's someone's responsibility, and you would be entitled to that money back, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might fall under buyer beware too.
I don't know.
I think it's probably a weird gray area because I mean that does happen with concerts quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. But you get your money back.
Sometimes. It depends. Because
sometimes
that's pretty shitty. Then
it depends on how many acts are on before and stuff like that, because they could still argue it's like, well, you still got a show.
No, I'm saying like straight up, you got zero. You got nothing.
Well, if you got absolutely nothing, then yeah, you would get your money back. That's like going to the movies and like the movie projector fails. It's like, of course you get your money back.
I may be understanding it wrong, but didn't people pay extra to go to this Welcome to Nightville thing?
I think it was a ticketed event. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that would be them getting nothing. So you would be entitled to that money back.
It's a good thing Night Vale fans aren't like Guns N' Roses fans. That I don't know if you ever heard that story about that show back in like 1990 or something like that. It was like the singer for Metallica, like Metallica was opening for Guns N' Roses, and the singer accidentally stepped too close to some of their pyrotechnic things like before it went off, and then when it went off it like burned him really bad, so they had to start the show early or end the show early and take him off, and they said, Guns N' Roses, you have to go out now, and Axl Rose was like, nah, and he just never went on, and like they rioted, like they just trashed the city blocks like it was a police matter. So luckily internet nerds aren't quite as violent.
Can you imagine if they were?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no,
if all that internet fury was actually matched by physical fury.
Yeah, like where did this DashCon thing go on? Was it like Idaho or something?
No, it was in like Chicago, like
just you'd see a report of like 1,000 angry nerds set fire to Chicago.
No, it would have just been like some kind of Guy Fawkes mask equivalent again.
No, I'm saying like just outright angry, uncharacteristically violent. Just like, imagining soccer riots or something like that. But it's only 1,000 people, and they're remarkably good at laying waste to everything. So it's just a bunch of people, dressed up as Doctor Who or something, and it's just this weird army of them. Small army, but
smashing people's windows with like Minecraft swords.
Yeah, it's a really fun mental image.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
we were talking about
don't actually do that.
Like
anymore,
we had heard like rumors about it and everything while we were at the convention, but we didn't start like really reading about it until we were coming home on Monday. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Tim said, it's like, we say it a lot jokingly, but the ball pit at DashCon really is a good meme.
We say that jokingly, but
yeah,
that's a pretty good meme.
It's a pretty good meme.
I'm sure it'll get worn out.
Greetings from DashCon.
I'm sure it'll get worn out eventually, but for now, like that still makes me laugh.
Okay,
a
so
lot.
This inspires me. Since DashCon was such a great money-making success, we should get together and make CashCon.
Ooh,
that's what I'm
like
thinking.
It.
We should make CashCon, and it's going to be a convention all about, really coming together as a community of fans to give us money. You can cosplay as long as you give us money in your cosplay. It'll just be a rented out convention center room, like one of those giant rooms. We'll be sitting in the middle.
Big sacks.
Just giant sacks of money ready to be filled up by people. You come to CashCon, you bring cash, no cards, please, because that leaves a trail. Yep. You bring cards, or you bring your cash in
or Bitcoins.
to this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
Because we got to buy our drugs on the Silk Road somehow. Is it the Silk Road? I don't know.
It's I don't
the
know.
Deep Web.
The deep web. We gotta buy things on the deep web somehow. So it actually won't even be a big room. It'll just be a room that can fit the most amount of money in it, so it has a high ceiling. I guess.
It actually just has 2 doors. You line up, you come in the entrance, give us the money, and then leave, please.
There will be official CashCon wife beaters at the gift shop on the way out to the exit if you want
$30 a piece.
What
for the wife beaters?
50 at least.
Yeah.
So they're high quality white wife beaters with our Sharpie on.
Well, autograph for $200, obviously.
Yeah.
Because we have to
at least.
Yeah.
We have to eat.
Yeah.
Duh. You can't just expect us to just take. Come on. So you just wait in line. You get to us at the table. Don't talk to us.
Don't make eye contact either.
Yeah, hand us your money. In fact,
startles us.
In fact, let's just have.
Don't hand the money to us. You put it on the table and then we take it because we don't want to touch.
No, it's like the bank teller things where you have the window with the
Oh yeah. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Can we actually have a drawer installed where they pull it out, they put their money in?
Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
So you wait in line, you give us your money, and then you leave, I guess.
Yeah. If you want to come in more than once, that's fine.
We are all inclusive.
Multiple visits, welcome.
Yeah, we don't turn anyone away from giving us money. It'll be a nice, successful convention. I think it'll really.
We have some great guests. Us.
Yep. Yeah. I think, let me check one. I think I have the list of tentative guests here. These aren't set in stone. We have a Joseph Delage. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got that.
There's the E has a weird accent mark over it. All of the E's have all of the E's have weird accent marks on it. So I think it's Joseph says Delage. I think. Then we have a Timothy C. Sutan, I believe. I think he's
in Supernatural, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he played one of the.
He played Sherlock in Supernatural.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. He was Sherlock, and then I think this other guy, James Patrick Wagner, was also.
Is he related to Jimmy Webster at all? Webster?
I think they're cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the same last name, but I think they might be distant cousins or something. They're always hanging out, though. Yeah. So those three guests will be at
that guy was,
DashCon.
of course, Wolverine and the Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to be Wolverine in Star Wars, too.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely are going to have Benedict Cumberbatch, too. He's definitely going to be there.
100%. He will be there. Your favorite star from Doctor Who. Yeah. The 27th Doctor, I think he was. Yeah. So we'll have a lot of great panels telling you the best ways to give us money, hosted by those people. They all go on, I believe, at 3 a.m. So you have plenty of time to come to the initial registration / money giving.
I'll also be hosting a special panel on how to mine Bitcoins and how to link those mines to my personal Bitcoin account so that you can mine those and really get some good, hardware going for that.
We have some great trivia too about us. If you answer the trivia correctly, you win the exciting. I think we might be going a little overboard with this, but that's just me. You get the exciting opportunity to give us more money.
Oh, that's a great prize, Bob.
First place, $500. Second place, $400.
How can we afford these prizes?
I don't know. I fought you guys on it, but you convinced me.
Yeah.
Third prize is $1 million, and
that's pretty good.
Runner-ups, which is everyone under third place, is $5 million. Yeah. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this.
I like that. I really can't think of a better convention idea than that.
And just so you know, we do need $17,000 before midnight tonight. So go ahead and start.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start.
Or the hotel is going to kick us out of where we are right now.
If you're interested in attending CashCon, or just helping out, volunteering in any way. Of course, the volunteering also it requires a
modest fee.
Yeah, it has a modest non-refundable fee.
$150, I think, is what it was. Is what we decided on because we wanted.
Sure, that sounds awfully low.
I don't know. We wanted to keep it.
Well, we want to be inclusive. We want to be inclusive.
We don't want to make it to where people can't come because they don't have enough money.
Yeah, right.
Because we're willing to accept any amount of money from you as long as it's as much as you can give.
Yeah.
As long as it is literally all you have.
So if you're interested in participating in CashCon in any way, please email podcast@THAC.tv. And
it's going to be called the THAC CashCon, so it'll be THAC.
You have to read it through a speech jammer.
Yeah. Welcome to THAC. That's how you pronounce it.
Come to THAC.
I can hear it now at the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will have our volunteers walking around with their money bags open during all of these panels as well. So I think I'm really looking forward to it. I think if all goes well, we might even have a sequel. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. We're really excited about it.
CashCon 2 is going to be
great.
We're going to have so many new guests. Like Patrick Stewart will be there, of course. He was one of my favorite Star Wars villains. We're gonna have David Beckham there.
Ooh.
He is really, really good at tennis. If you ask me, like he is just fantastic at it.
Stanley from DC is going to be there too.
Stanley, Stanley's going to be there. I can't remember his last name.
Stanley's great.
Yeah,
Stanley's
he's a real cool guy.
He's a really cool guy.
I mean, you don't even need his last name because everybody knows is Stanley.
Yeah, he's
comic god.
Stanley.
The DC universe.
Stanley comic grandpa.
Yeah.
He's the comic grandpa.
He's everywhere too. It seems
he really is at the bottom of the ocean.
I saw him on the International Space Station.
I saw him at Walmart.
Still on?
So what?
Do you have the speech jammer on still?
Yeah.
Funny joke. Speaking of funny jokes, and Stanley, I have a new game for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't prepared.
You weren't prepared? Well, shit.
Well, we talked about it. If I can still remember some from the other day, maybe I can just dredge out one of
You're gonna
those.
have to carry.
I'll try to explain mine slow, then so you have time to think. So I realized the Steam summer sale was a couple of weeks ago, or actually I guess it was like a month ago now. I don't know. And I ended up getting Batman, the one of them Batman video games.
And Batman's.
Yeah, I think it was Arkham Origins. I don't think I know. And I really like those games, but I realized, how they have the, like the little codex things where you can read about, here's this, here's
this Batman's.
Yeah, like the Riddler's real name is this, and whatever. I realized that a handful of supervillains, and even some cases, I think, superheroes, all of their real names are really convenient, I guess, puns on what they become.
Yeah.
Like, in Marvel, Dr. Octopus was Dr. Otto Octavius. He just happens to become someone with 4 limbs.
4 extra limbs.
Yeah, in Batman, the Riddler is Edward Nygma, so Enigma. So I was thinking, what if we make our own superheroes that have their pun names, their pun alter egos? Or not, I guess the alter egos aren't puns, but
Yeah.
So,
what do you got? You have to start us off.
It's pretty stupid, but what I'm going to go with is her name is Penny. Her last name is Nichols, like Nachhols. Penny Nichols, or maybe Nicholas. I don't know. She used to work at a bank.
Okay.
Yeah. During the financial crisis, she was laid off from that bank.
In these harsh economic times.
In those harsh economic times, she was gotten rid of. Her bank was bought out by a bigger bank. She was not okay with that, so she became the banker. Penny Nichols became the banker.
Nice.
And all of her, she robs banks, obviously, and she's really good at it. But all of her supervillain gadgets or whatever are all money based. Like she has grenades that shoot out pennies. That's all I could think of actually, but because you don't want to make him explode in like quarters or something because you'd be wasting money.
Yeah.
So she that's what I got for that. Is Penny Nichols is the banker.
When she has her like romance with whatever the superhero is of this
Bill.
thing. Bill. Yeah, Bill.
The Bill. He's actually a politician based. Yeah. He's dressed up like he's basically dressed up like the Bill from Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have a pun name, but I do have a pun for her to say.
Okay.
Ooh.
Time to pay up.
No. When
was good.
Let's say she has like a Catwoman Batman thing going on with the Bill. When he saves her from whoever, another villain or whatever, she says, "A penny saved is a penny earned," and then they kiss. Because her name is Penny.
No, I get it. I'm just processing that.
And she says,
I can't decide if that's genius or if that's really stupid.
Or the Bill is about to holding onto the edge of a building and he's about to fall to his death and he's reaching up to the banker trying to get her to rescue him, sort of like a Scar and Mufasa situation. And she looks down and she says, "I'm sorry, your account's overdrawn," and then she kicks him off.
Your application has been denied. Your application for a loan on your life has been denied.
"You just got vetoed." I'm vetoing your life.
The Bill is actually his alter ego. His name is William. Obviously, he is a politician.
Yeah.
And his wife was killed in a horrible bus accident.
A horrible litigation accident.
Yes, a horrible litigation
She
accident.
was cut in half by the red tape.
Yeah.
Who was also
Who was also a supervillain. The red tape. He is a bureaucratic based supervillain who just mires you in paperwork. See, it's,
There you go.
It's fun.
I think we just came up with the Wall Street Journal's comic section.
Yeah.
We need to call them about this.
The banker, red tape, and the Bill.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I still like my penny saved as a penny earned.
Okay. It's pretty
Let me
good.
have that.
Yeah. So
That was pretty good. I'll give you that.
See what we need to do is have write up a radio drama for this and have that instead of the podcast. We'll just have like
a special podcast.
Yeah.
Is just
The Mighty Adventures of the Banker, or whoever the protagonist in that world would be.
okay. Shut up. People will be expecting it now.
Who would the protagonist there be? Maybe he'd be like,
I thought the Bill was the protagonist.
is he? Okay. I mean, I guess we could make the banker kind of a Catwoman thing, like you said.
Yeah.
Where it's like
Yeah.
villain and hero at the same time. I guess she could do something like gives back to the homeless or something. Like her first heist, she gives like
People
almost
that lost
all
their
the money.
houses.
Yeah,
in
she
the
gives almost
bubble.
all the money to some homeless dude on the street, and he's like, "Heavens to Betsy, thank you very much." And she goes, "It was my pleasure." I can't think of a pun right there, but that's her work in progress catchphrases. It's my pleasure. No problem.
Don't sweat it, man.
She's a new supervillain. Okay, she can't have gold all the time.
Yeah. I mean, Catwoman's all of her puns are cat based and they're terrible. So
You need to have some libertarian type character in there.
Ron Paul.
Yeah, Ron.
Just
Literally
Ron Paul
Ron
is in it,
Paul
yeah.
talking about fiat currency and stuff.
yeah.
Just, we need to go to a gold standard. That's all he says.
The
I
gold
don't even-
standard is his
There you go.
superhero
Wait,
name.
did Ron Paul even want the gold standard? I don't remember.
Probably, yeah.
Something ridiculous. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Let's
There
not
are a
talk-
lot
let's-
of people on the internet.
Let's not
mad
dip
at
our
me.
foot into politics here because
That's a good one, though.
Yeah,
Ron
the gold
Paul.
standard.
Ron Paul is the gold standard.
Fighting red tape.
He doesn't read newspapers. He just reads the Constitution every morning with breakfast. He just
Oh,
he literally transforms into an American flag.
walking down a slippery slope here. If you want to increase our new IP's universe here, send a email to podcast@THAC.tv and let us know. Yeah. Do you have any off the top of your head?
I have zero.
Did you said you might be able to recall some? Can we shift over to another?
I know. I had a couple.
Can we create a multiverse here?
I had a couple on the way back from, or on the way back to our hotel at Kineticon this weekend. Even though they were also pretty much fast food franchises, but it was just
Let me
like
know. Tell us about it.
it was. He was Angus. I can't remember his last name.
Angus beef cheese.
Oh yeah, it was like Angus Beefcake by day.
Yeah.
But by night, he transforms into the Burger King.
Lord have mercy.
He is he's someone who's really into. This is terrible, and I can't believe I've committed to saying this yet, but or I'm committed to saying it now. But he is a teacher by day who teaches English as a second language or something, and at night he becomes the hard D's. He just dresses up as a D.
Wow.
I know. As I was saying it, I was like, this
Wow.
is really stupid.
But
But I still have the banker.
the Burger King can do things like, he sneaks into the villain's hideout and he punches all the bad guys to death, and he walks up to the
To death.
to
As-
death.
as
So
the
he's like
Burger-
the Punisher.
As the Burger King
and then he
does.
walks up to the gang leader and he looks him in the eye and he says, "Seems like you needed to beef up your security." Yeah?
Looks like
Yeah.
today you didn't have it your way. Even though that's not their slogan
punches
anymore.
him. He gives him one good punch that like sends him to the ceiling and says, "Wow, that was a whopper."
That was one of just as a good stealth joke there, you could have his right hand man just be called Little Mac, so that would make him
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. Anyway, we've gone a little bit over time here. Let's get to some emails.
Oh wow, this is gonna be a long one then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, number one, Sonia asks, it is my experience that people who are gifted with an instrument also are decent singers. Will Joseph sing for us on the next podcast? Well, I will say that Joseph has the voice of an angel. He serenades,
When I take showers with him, he just belts it out.
Yeah, man.
serenades often and beautifully.
Sometimes I just burst into
mostly
song.
80s power ballads, I would say.
Yeah. Every once in a while, a little Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. Without actually knowing any of the words, just have the tune going on.
Hey, I just need the notes.
Yeah.
I mean, he can really rock some "Rock You Like a Hurricane." It's really good. He even somehow sings the guitar parts. I don't know how he does it.
I think we can find, maybe not necessarily in a podcast, but I think surely we can find some avenue of self-expression for Joseph if we think hard enough.
Weren't when you were a music major, didn't you have to take some kind of singing class or something?
I mean, you did ear training and everything, but I didn't do any singing.
I thought that was some kind of requirement or something.
No, that's all natural, man. That is 100% natural born talent.
Elementary school, actually.
Ooh.
You were a choir?
Yeah, because band wasn't a real thing.
Oh yeah. Oh right, I was in like a choir thing. Did you do like those little shows for your parents once a year? Yeah.
Everyone was in choir in elementary school because that was their music class.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
As if being in band was any better.
Yeah.
Like, no, you were in choir. Pff, I was in band.
Watch out.
I was a cool guy.
Can play a mean shrill on my clarinet.
So
that
yeah, again, maybe someday we'll have something.
If it's got to be the right moment.
Yeah. This one is more informative, as we have sometimes. Carrie says, "Hey guys, in response to Troy's description of dental headgear, I can confirm that today's versions are a lot less ghastly. Mine was just metal wire that hooked into parts of my braces. It was really uncomfortable and a pain to get on, but not as bad as what Troy described. So apparently they're not as bad as they used to be, which
That's
is
too bad.
So
Luckily,
when
I
I
never
get mine.
Well, apparently because I mentioned a while ago that I had the underbite now that I was wanting to get fixed. Well, I talked to, because my the orthodontist that put my braces on, like his sons were in my same high school class, so I'm kind of friends of the family anyway. And I saw him on 4th of July, and I said something to him about that, because I was like, I had braces 10 years ago, but somehow this happened about 5 years ago. And he said that does sometimes happen whenever people just aren't finished growing, basically. But he said that, number one, it would have to be surgery, and two, I would have to have the metal bracket braces. Like,
again,
they said normally it takes they have to have them on for about 2 years, but since I've already had them, maybe it wouldn't have to be as long. But he said that, I thought it was going to be adjusting the lower jaw, but
just like break your jaw or something.
No, apparently they like break the top and like push it forward. Like they have something they put in the top and like push those teeth forward.
Deal with an underbite.
That's pretty much what he told me. He said unless it really starts interfering with my lifestyle, whatever that means, then I should just kind of keep it the way it is.
You can't hold a cigar
sucks.
effectively anymore.
So
no, you can have a cigar. Just have it, or no. What you need to do is get those long sticks so you can kind of have it pointed up.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind, except for the fact that, my job kind of requires me to be on camera a lot, so I can't really have those.
We could change that. You're fired.
Okay,
yeah, get
cool.
out.
That works. But he also
Thank you for listening to this podcast.
Yeah. But he did also say that altering the shape of my mouth could also alter the shape of my voice. So what if I suddenly sound like this once I get the surgery done?
That's actually a reason why.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the THAC Podcast.
I think that'd be pretty great, honestly.
Imagine if I talk like that all the time, though.
That's actually the reason why I never got braces when I was younger, because when I was really starting to think about them, when you're playing trumpet, you have that mouthpiece pressing up against there. You basically have to relearn how to play trumpet and then once the braces are off, you have to learn again.
Oh yeah.
So that's a pain in the butt. And even using Invisalign isn't really an option because altering the shape of your teeth drastically alters the airflow.
Yeah.
So you're still having to relearn how to do it. So it wasn't worth it.
Seems like it'd be really, really painful to have metal braces when you're playing trumpet too, because you're basically pressing your lips into your teeth. Yeah.
And I always played with a lot of pressure, so I always got pretty sore anyway. So yeah, same thing, but with your actual voice.
Yeah.
Music is my voice.
Yes.
I do need to get Invisalign for my top teeth because they're kind of crooked, but I'll do that someday.
Yeah,
We'll
that's what sucks.
he
said I couldn't even. They probably wouldn't even let me use Invisalign for something like that because it would need to be something they could,
adjust.
control really.
Mm-hmm.
Stick a screwdriver in there.
Hell yeah.
I did have when I first started having braces, they had to give me something where it was basically like a permanent mouth guard on my top teeth, because it was for spreading these teeth apart, like they were too close together, I think. And so you had this, it was like covering, it was like this molding covering your teeth up there, and every night my mom had to had the metal stuff in between it that would the mechanism to push it apart, and every night my mom had to put a key up there and turn it to slowly crank it outwards.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck it, just have ugly teeth. God.
For real. I had pretty awful teeth though, worse than I have now. It was pretty gross.
Whatever.
Then you go to a new doctor just to mess with them and be like, doctor, my previous doctor who put these in there had this thing to widen my teeth, and I think they're a little too wide now because now I have this hole in the roof of my mouth now.
That definitely, I'm sure that widened it some bit. Yeah.
Jen asks, do you guys want to move to another state/city someday, or are you happy in Alabama? If not, what place would you like to live?
I'd like to
live somewhere else.
Yeah,
anywhere else.
We've talked about Nashville sometimes. It'd be pretty cool, but
once they get Google Fiber,
definitely that. Yeah.
Well, Chattanooga's got some pretty killer internet right now, so I hear.
Really?
They've got it's some kind of community funded internet or something that's crazy fast.
Yeah,
the internet is the sole reason for us moving to somewhere that pretty much says all.
You're gonna laugh at me. Chattanooga's in Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It sure is.
I couldn't remember if it was northern Alabama or Tennessee.
It's Tennessee.
Okay.
If
got a really great aquarium there.
If I lived around where we grew up in the Pelham Helena area, where we're right next to the state park and everything, I'm fine with that part of Alabama. I'm actually pretty fond of it. It's just I hate a lot of the stuff about Alabama. I would never want to raise a kid in Alabama because the schools are fucking awful.
Well,
to name one of many, many problems.
I would say public schools in lots of places aren't that great too.
Alabama especially so.
Yeah.
When the graduation exam for math requires a 44% percent to pass, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Also, it says, what place would you like to live if money/language weren't a problem? The moon.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
They speak a weird language up there, though.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Neither is money, so I can get there.
Basically, whatever I'm watching on the Travel Channel at the time, I want to live there. That's where I want to live.
Glorious Nippon.
I actually don't know if I would like to live in Japan. I don't know.
They got pretty areas. I would want to live in one of the suburbs.
I wouldn't want to deal with.
I wouldn't want to be in one of the huge urban areas.
I don't want to live in a tsunami prone area. That just seems terrifying to me. Earthquakes/tsunamis.
The entire country isn't prone to it. That's just parts of it, right?
I mean, it's an island.
I think aren't the east parts prone to it because that's the one facing out towards the ocean.
Yeah, the western ones are less so. I mean, the entire country is hit by monsoons all the time. Monsoons.
Moon songs.
Yeah, so where you want to live is really fucking up where I want to live.
It sure is, yeah.
No, I don't know. I would probably somewhere in Europe maybe. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I
really liked living in Pisa or visiting Pisa when I went to Europe with my dad.
Is that where the Tower of Pisa is?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure. So that's it. Italy,
you would hate to sound like a jackass later.
Yeah, that's Italy, right?
Yes, that is in Italy.
Got it. I know where. I'm pretty sure I know where all the wonders of the world are.
Eiffel Tower is in what city?
I mean, it's in France.
It is in France.
I actually don't know what city.
Paris.
Okay, I was thinking that, but I thought that'd be too easy.
No, where is Big Ben?
London.
Okay. Okay.
Is Big Ben a wonder of the world?
No, but it is an iconic.
There's modern wonders and ancient wonders. So you got things
Stonehenge.
like Stonehenge that's in the UK, but I can't remember where.
Yeah, me either.
Way down south.
It's in my Animal Crossing town right now. Is where it is.
Is it in Scotland or is it in England?
It's in England, like way down south.
Just say the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, that probably
One of those 4 countries.
Yeah,
Actually, now that I think about it, Sweden. I want to live in Sweden.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty neat.
I want to live in like Stockholm or something. That'd be pretty great if I could learn Swedish.
Yeah, Sweden.
Where
Finland.
is the Great Wall of China?
Pretty sure. Come on, that's in Australia.
Yeah.
Duh.
And you say you're not good at geography.
Yeah, come on.
Please.
I think no, there's 7 wonders of the ancient, of the modern, and of the natural, because the Grand Canyon is one of those.
Oh.
And I think that the Amazon rainforest is one of them. I'm not positive.
Not for
about
long.
that.
So you keep saying there's like the
that's depressing.
like the 7. Is it like?
I don't know if they're all 7.
Do they limit their list to 7? Like, do they find something else? Like, oh man, this is really cool, but we already got 7.
It's not really that good. It's not good enough to break the top 7. Or if it is, it's like, sorry, dudes, you're gone.
Now that I think
Sorry,
about it,
pyramids, you're out.
now that I think about it, I don't think it's known as. I think it's just the ancient world of the 7 wonders, and the modern one are just the modern wonders.
Andre the Giant was the 8th wonder of the world.
That's true.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where are the pyramids?
Egypt.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I was
Cairo.
making sure.
Yeah. Like for yourself, or were you asking?
I know they're in Egypt. The
Okay.
Sphinx is next to it, right? It's in the same place, isn't
It's
it?
in Egypt as well.
Okay.
It's not like right next to it.
yeah,
It's not. You always see them right next to each other.
the pyramids are like a stone's throw away from a KFC now.
We should have.
The pyramids are actually pretty far apart from each other too.
Yeah.
Like
We,
miles apart. But because it's so flat and the perspective, it looks like they're all right next to
We should
each
have
other.
our own version of an Idiot Abroad, where it's me, where you drop me in a random place and I have to try and figure out where I am. It's like I'm standing in front of like.
I don't know that any of us is entirely that cultured. So
No,
it
no.
could
I mean,
probably
like,
work
the
for all of us.
really obvious things, like you drop me in, like like
think
the
this is New York
moats
City.
of Paris or something, and it's like, where am I? And like you see the Eiffel Tower right behind me. I think I'm in Detroit.
I wouldn't mind living in Germany because I got to go
Germany
there
was
for
pretty
about
cool.
Yeah.
a month.
The weather
few
was a
years
little
ago.
gloomy when I was there, though.
Yeah, I went there in like early May and it rained the entire time, and that's all my parents talked about.
You
Because
guys are dweebs going out of the country. I don't think the Bahamas count, so I've never been out of the country.
They do count because they're out of the country.
I thought they were like owned by the U.S. Are they
No.
not?
The Bahamas are not owned by the U.S.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Virgin Islands. Never mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now
Now everyone just has a really great understanding of how bad at those kinds of things I am.
that's okay.
It's okay. Everybody is shit at something.
Yep. That's just what I'm shit at. I'm slightly less shit at other things, but still shit. Oh, it just becomes the Shit on Troy podcast. It's like, tell Troy how he's terrible at everything. Just call it the Troy's Mom cast.
We'll just go to another question.
God.
That was a joke. I'm not being serious about that, Mom.
Oh, tell the listeners about the cosplayer that you met at we met.
Oh, the impressionist.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy that was walking, because you have those people that have free hugs or whatever around their neck,
Please don't wear those.
which are another conversation for another time to have. He was wearing a sign around his neck that just said "free impressions," and in parentheses it said "of your parents." And he came up to our table, and I just immediately said, "Do an impression of my parents." And he just goes, he does the like centering yourself thing where you like make a fist in front of your face, and just goes, "What do you do?" And I just go, You are
Yep.
spot on. You have no idea. That is perfect.
Yeah, well, you
got
just
it.
like leaned back and like grabbed your head, and you were like, "That's my dad."
Yeah.
Tell me about your Google show.
Yeah. That's yep. That guy was pretty good. If you happen to be listening right now, I approve of
That
what
was
you
great.
did.
Go to another question to make you feel better. Jonathan asked, "Will you ever write a book about the making of Marble Hornets?"
It would be a really interesting book, I think.
It'd be a pretty short book.
It would be like, and then we shot this one. Then we shot this one and it was hot. Then we shot this one, and it was in a tunnel. That was really awful.
I mean, between the commentaries,
It'd be a picture book,
If we
basically.
lied a lot, it would
Yeah.
be interesting.
I don't know. If you told me that if someone wrote a book about the making of The Room,
That
it
is
would be,
true.
It would be so amazing, but it was. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
If you are a great experienced author that happens to be listening to this podcast right now and wants to write our memoirs,
Wants to ghostwrite it with us.
Yeah.
send us
Co-write it.
an email at
We can hardly write our own shit. How would we write a book?
secretbookproject@thac.tv. Speaking of being too hard on ourselves, yeah, just send it to our
Hey,
secret
you gotta
book project.
ease off of it. If you quit bashing yourself cold turkey, you might actually die.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that, and
I have no idea how interesting a book that would be. I guess it would go along with the person who wrote it for us, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we certainly couldn't. I could barely write a 2-page paper double spaced in college. That was not fun. Mostly because the things I had to write about were not things that you could really talk that much about. Because I remember you had to, because I was
Forks.
I was like a theater minor.
Pans.
When you were in the lower level classes, you had to go to the like school's productions or whatever, and you had to like write a response paper to it.
Of
And
course
it's like,
you did.
it's like, what do you want me to say? It's like, you don't. And
Some students did some stuff.
Yeah, like they specifically say to like don't talk about if you liked or disliked it. So it's like, what do I say? What do you want me to say? They were good actors and they sang sometimes. It was fine. It was fine.
That's awfully opinionated of you.
Yeah. Why don't you scale back on those opinions right now, man? You're giving me opinionitis.
Get really good about bullshitting lighting, I think.
Yeah.
That was great.
pretty
You also couldn't take things in with you to like write notes down on either.
What?
So you just kind of had to memorize what you saw.
That's cool.
That's the
And
dumbest
by
thing.
cool, I mean stupid.
I think I might be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure you couldn't like bring shit in. I don't know. It was weird.
Last question, little tidbit question. Jarrett asks, I was just wondering how far in advance Jessica's last scene in Marble Hornets was filmed, and also whether the actress's schedule had to be worked around in season 3 like it had in season 2.
Far in
Like a
advance,
year?
and yes.
Yeah,
I think it
far
was actually over a year in advance. That was
Well, it
filmed.
was shot at the same time as entry was at 76, which was the
The
tape.
flashback one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was filmed.
The flashback one that narrows it down.
Yeah, it was filmed on the same day. Well, earlier in that day
Mm-hmm.
because we had to get that stuff in the daytime.
We
Okay,
still
she-
didn't.
she
We
had to
still
go
didn't
back to-
post. That wasn't the next one that was going to be posted, though, was it? I think all of those entries she was in were filmed at least a couple of episodes in advance.
I think the flashback one in the hotel was the next one.
Are you sure? Okay.
I seem to remember that because I don't.
Well, it was just all of because Jessica was only in those 2 in season 3,
Right.
and we shot everything in both of those that she was in on the same day.
and it was a long day.
Yeah, because she lives in New York now, but she was in Birmingham because she was in a play or something
Yeah,
like
she was
that.
in a show in
So she
Birmingham,
was able to take like not even a day off. She came down here to do the daytime stuff, and then didn't she go back up to Birmingham to actually do the play? And then come
She
back
either
down
she either did the
afterwards?
show or she had to go to rehearsal. I can't remember
Yeah,
which
and
one
then
it
she
was.
came back down here at like 9 o'clock at night, and then finally got to leave at like
5 in the morning.
5 in the morning.
Felt
So
like
yeah,
dicks.
incredibly dedicated. And then because of the finale, we looked back at the footage and saw that
yeah.
my hair was way longer and my beard was way shorter. So just those little bits of any time where you see my face in that entry was reshot recently, but as soon as the camera turns around and she's on camera, it's suddenly
Joseph's
from
pointing a
year
laser
ago.
pointer in his eye right now. Don't do that.
Yeah, man,
You'll
I'll tell you not
need
to do that.
You'll need glasses even more.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You look to see like a drop of blood come out of his eye. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Joseph. You're just doing something incredibly stupid, and he's still doing it. He's still doing it. That is very bad for your eyes.
You know, the laser eye surgery requires a little more finesse than that.
Yeah.
It's a little more complicated.
Talking about Marble Hornets is boring.
It's so boring. I want to fuck up my eyes permanently.
Yep.
You're a terrible influence.
Yeah.
These very impressionable people that are
Kid,
listening.
you want to do something cool? Get a laser pointer pointed in your eye.
See you like with a
You'll
with
see
a,
the sun.
with a trench coat on in the in an alleyway or something. You're making me cringe by doing that. Please stop.
Well, that's the last question.
Yeah.
Does that make
Don't
you feel
put it in
better?
my eye. I
Does
don't
that make
want
you
that.
feel better?
I guess.
Because that means we're done now.
It's really fucking late.
It is.
Whatever, you nerds. It's like midnight. I went to bed last night at like 10 and slept until about noon today.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
I know.
I went to bed at 10 and then woke up at 8.
Did you say woked up?
No.
I thought you said woked up.
I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Anyway, it's been a long podcast. It's late.
It's been a long day.
We're all tired.
It's been a long weekend.
Goodbye.
Bye.